Why he going through your phone? He miserable. I can't believe they did you wrong. Pitiful. She said she wanna drink my cum. Ooh. I wanna fuck when she blind. Ooh. Why he going through your phone? He miserable. I can't believe they did you wrong. Pitiful. She said she wanna drink my cum.
Hey guys, welcome back to another little mini vlog. So you guys, this is going to be my Purple Gang Father's Day giveaway vlog. This is part 2. I started the first vlog a couple days ago. I told you guys that we would be back to do part 2 and we would do the Q&A and I would pick a winner for my Father's Day giveaways. So we have 2 items here. I'm gonna open them up and show you guys what they are. Of course, they're by guess. So first we have, well, they're both the same thing, so I can just show you. These are the passport holders. They also can be used as a regular card holder, wallet, whatever have you. But yeah, so we have 2 of these and we're giving them away today. So yeah, before we go ahead and get into that, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the Q&A. I did want to do an update on my safety training, CPR stuff. I'll probably do that in a separate video, to be honest, even though it was today. But I'll go ahead and do a separate video for that. We can kind of get into that, what we went through and how long it was and all that other stuff. So we'll do that in another video. So today I'm going to focus on the Q&A. So I'm going to be going into the questions through here. I'm going to just tap on the video and I'm going to go into the questions. So the title of the video was, let's do a Q&A. What do you want to know about me? Right? So we had quite a few questions. I think we have like 28 questions. Okay, so I'm just gonna start at the top. You guys can see the questions are all here. If you guys want to go and check out the video, or you look under the video, you'll see all of the questions. So I'm not making up any of the questions, they're all there. Okay, so shout out to everyone from Purple Gang, by the way, who came through. You guys came through and showed support, of course. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the questions. So the first question is from Lady Diamond. And by the way, before we continue on, you guys can probably hear the fan in the background. I literally test recorded how it would sound if I had the fan if I had it on at full blast, because it's not on full blast now. I could still talk, but I could barely hear myself. But without the fan, it's just too hot, guys. It's like sweltering hot. We're under like a severe heat advisory, heat wave, whatever you want to call it. It's really hot and the temperature is just crazy right now. So you can't be in the house with like the fan off at any point in time. You're just gonna start dripping sweat. Literally, you could just start dripping sweat in the spot you are. So unfortunately, I can't turn the fan off. It will be just way too uncomfortable. I would never get through all these questions just sitting here sweating, dripping, feeling like icky. So we're just gonna leave the fan on. Hopefully I'm speaking loud enough that you guys can hear me, that we don't have an issue. Also, when it comes to the ring light situation, the ring light is plugged in. I don't even know why it's plugged in at this point. I can just go ahead and turn it off, but I'll probably just leave it. But I'm not turning the ring light on. It is just too much heat. Like, that light is so bright, it's so hot. In the winter it's fine, but now in the summer I can't. So hopefully the other thing is that you guys can see me properly, and I'm not too, like, you know, that you guys are okay with the lighting that we do have in the ceiling. So hopefully that's okay. All right, so first question is by Lady Diamond. It says, what's a dream trip? It doesn't have to be a huge trip. Okay, so that's a really good question. I'm glad you said that it didn't have to be a huge trip, because for a long time, like, my bucket list, or the list of places that I wanted to go, it was all international. Like, I wanted to go to these places so bad. Like, I'm a big history buff, so I wanted to go see, like, you know, all these historical places and stuff like that. Well, now, especially after having seen how a lot of these places actually look in reality, not just what you see on ads or the vacation brochures or whatever the case may be, they look a lot different. I feel like some of them are not as welcoming to people of color like I thought they were. So those were interesting things to learn, and I'm glad I learned before I actually went to these countries. So that was a little bit, had something to do with the way I changed up how that list went. Also, I found that some people were just not welcoming to foreigners, or for whatever case may be. It's just a lot of like, it's more negative than positive, and I'm just like, I don't even want to deal with none of that stuff, so I just won't go there, which is unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. Like, not everything is like it is in the books, right? But also, I found myself lately, and I think this started during COVID, where I just started like focusing on the country around me, and I'm just like, Canada is such a huge country. It is big, and we have not traveled it. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to just focus on traveling closer to home, and that's what we kind of plan to do. So we will be, doing a bit of traveling soon. So that's hopefully that answers the question. I know it does not really, but let me tell you a dream trip. Actually, since I said we're going to be traveling, which is we are. So my birthday is in August, and every year I like to either do a trip out of town, or like I'm in town but I'm doing something, or whatever the case may be. I do have a wish to go to Ottawa. Ottawa is like the capital of Canada. So Ottawa is like 4 hours away from where I live, and I would love to go to the capital city. I would love to see all of the war museums, the all these history things that you can kind of delve into, and I would love to do that in the summer when it's nice and warm. And I think that would be a really, really fun trip. So that would be like a short term, or like a non-international dream trip for me. Next question. So shout out to Lady Diamond. Thank you for the question. Appreciate that. Next question is from Let's 769. It says, what's your least favorite thing to do? What's my least favorite thing to do? This is perfect that it's coming up in the summer. It's summertime. I hate taking out the garbage in the summer, because we live in the country, and if you guys know, the flies get in there and they do what they do, and next thing you have these little creepy crawly things all over the place. You guys know what that is. For those of you who are squeamish like me, I'm just going to say it quickly. So you have the maggots or whatever. Those are something that you deal with in the summertime. So especially at this time of year, I don't envy being on garbage duty. So that's something that I don't like doing. Okay, Dan Joseph, shout out to you guys. I know the last couple of you guys are new. Thank you guys for joining. We do appreciate your support. So Dan Joseph says, what's your favorite Father's Day memory with your daughter and her dad? Okay, so this is an interesting question, and I'll give a little bit of background. So Dan Joseph knows me from Facebook, which means like he's followed my Facebook blog for a long time. So for those of you who are new and you don't know, my daughter's father passed away when she was 9 years old, and so he passed away when she was 9 years old, but we did have many years to make really good memories for her, especially like Christmases and birthdays and stuff like that. We always made sure like we spent them with her, and we focused on her, showered her with gifts and love and all that good stuff, because we knew it would be important for her to have those really fond, warm memories of her dad and with her dad. So that would have to be, let me see, I lost the question. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that would have to be my favorite Father's Day stuff to do. We would always like, buy him like gifts, and we would take him out, and we would, have that meal, and, just do fun things. And that was really nice to get to do with her. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for your question, Dan Joseph, and shout out to you. Thank you for following us over here on YouTube. We do appreciate the support. Next question is, what's your favorite color and why? What's my favorite color? Well, you guys already know, like, one of my favorite colors would be purple, but it's a specific shade of purple. Like, I like that type of how would you say it? It's like a it's like the purple that we see in, what would you call it? It's like a dark purple. Would that be like a violet or something like that? It has to be like a nice dark purple, like that velvety purple color, if I'm saying it right. The same purple that we use for Purple Heart Gang, that is my favorite shade of purple. What's the question again? Let me go back in here. I'm gonna drink some water. The air is very dry just because the fan is just constantly blowing. Excuse me. And I am not too long getting home from training, so you guys bear with me if I'm yawning a little bit. I am super tired, but we're gonna push through and we're gonna go ahead and get everything done. We're not gonna put it off for tomorrow. I'm just gonna grab some water. When it's hot like this and the fan hits me, I just like literally knock out. I wake up and it's like hours later. I kid you not. What's the next question is, Foodie Life says, what's your favorite dish on a chill day? So honestly, my favorite dish, and I have a couple of them, so it's not really just one. I have a couple of them, but I'll focus mainly on this category. So I really love breakfast food any time of the day. I can do eggs and sausage and bacon and that stuff, pancakes, waffles. I can eat that all day long. So that's like one of my favorite, and it keeps closing up on me, but yeah, that's my favorite dish to kind of have on a down day. That's something that I really enjoy. I was so excited when McDonald's and them came out with that kind of all-day breakfast menu, because sometimes you just really just want like a little breakfast sandwich. You don't really want anything heavy. Next question is from Let's Go. Oh no, I'm sorry, Let's 769. Shout out to you. What's your favorite show to watch right now? Okay, so that's a really good question. I do have a couple of them that I'm kind of keeping up with on Netflix. So the first one would be, that's crazy. What is it called again? The Blacklist. Love The Blacklist. I talked about this before on my other channel. I just love it, love it, love it. It's so interesting. It's really good. The storyline and everything is really good. What's another show that I really like to watch? I was watching Dynasty, and then I kind of came out of it for a while, and now I'm just kind of a little bit lost. But that's one of the shows I really enjoy on Netflix. I like their movies. They have like, did I say that right? You guys know what I meant. I like the blockbuster movies and stuff like that. But I do enjoy like a good show with like lots of seasons. So that's why I love The Blacklist, because I can binge watch it. Another show that I really loved was Gossip Girl. Another really long show, had like so many seasons, and I watched them all. I think I binged. It took me like 3 weeks to binge watch those. So I like the category with the binge worthy shows. I was watching Dexter for a little while, and I kind of go in and out. Like, I just kind of go in and out. So those are some of the shows that I'm keeping up with on Netflix. And I do love a good anime. I do watch a lot of anime stuff on Netflix. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a quick drink of cold water, because the hot water, when it's hot, like, it's not doing anything. So I'm gonna get a cup of water and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. So I had to go back and look at the video. I wanted to see how I look with my reading glasses. I look absolutely crazy. They make my eyes look so big because they are literally magnifying glasses. So I'm gonna try and move it back like this. I know I look crazy, but I can't see, honestly. I tried reading it without my glasses and it took me forever, so I don't want to strain my eyes, so just bear with me. When I'm reading something, I have to see the screen. So we're just gonna move on to the next question. I also took a little mini foodie break because I had to eat something. I could feel myself just running out of energy. I was starting to feel a little bit lethargic, just because of the heat, and the fan is blowing on me. I could have fell asleep right there on the video. So I had to take a quick little food break, and yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead and jump back in here. Here we are. Okay, so the next question is again from Let's 769. Shout out to you, thank you for the questions. It says, where is your dream vacation? Okay, so I kind of touched on this in the last couple questions, but I do have a dream, like a dream destination. Sorry, not vacation, it says destination. A dream destination of mine to go in a perfect world would be Paris. Just because I'm a fashion buff, just because I'm just like, I love fashion, and Paris has some of the best fashion houses. It has some of the best, fashion in general, and that's something that I would love to see. Also the history, I would love to see, go to the Louvre. But I don't know if I don't know if that's something that is, I don't know if it's still on my bucket list to go, but that is a dream destination of mine. Maybe if I win the lottery, I can just be like, yeah. Next question, what are your future plans for your business? What are my future plans for my businesses? That's a good question. Right now I'm focused on building up my businesses. So for one business that's already established, that's doing what it's doing, I do have two other projects that I am currently working on. One of them is a joint project, so kind of doing that together, and one is a solo project. And so I'm just focusing on building those brands and building those businesses before I'm ready to launch them fully. So right now I'm in the process of getting those other businesses ready. In terms of my business that's already established and the other stuff that I do, I'm just focusing on growing on that success, keeping that momentum, trying new things, listening to customer feedback, just elevating the services a little bit and doing it in a responsible, timely way. I'm a very cautious person. I don't like to do too much too fast. I like to check and recheck everything. So I do want to take my time. Also, I want to enjoy the process. It is a very enjoyable process. If you've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, if you've always wanted to kind of create something that is yours and just kind of watch it grow and see how far you can take it, all that stuff, then you definitely would enjoy, as I am, just kind of cultivating that business and nourishing it and watching it grow. So that's kind of what my future plans are, to just kind of keep it slow and steady as I have been, and just continue to make small gains and just stay on the path and be successful. That's about it. So shout out to you, thank you, that's a great question. Dan Joseph has another question. What's your biggest fear at this stage in your life? Oh my god, that is another awesome question. That's something that has been like, it has really plagued me for a really long time. I'm like literally a closeted hypochondriac. I don't know, I read somewhere it's a Virgo thing. I don't know, some people don't like when you talk about the signs and stuff like that, but I am somebody who is well versed in her sign, and I've talked about this before on my other channel. Like the characteristics and the things like that, they just all add up. So I am just what was the question again? I get sidetracked. What's your biggest fear at this time in your life? Yes, so my biggest fear is, like I said, I'm kind of like a worry wart. I worry about everything, and my biggest fear is, of course, you know, not being here with my daughter. That is like a huge fear. It contributes a lot to my insomnia. I did have, you know, issues sleeping around that fear of not being here. You know, when my daughter was much younger, when she was a baby, like my sister had to, you know, call me and pray with me when she worked on the night shift and stuff like that, you know, to kind of help me to calm down, because that was really like a fear of mine, that, you know, I'd go to sleep and not wake up and she'd be here and she's a baby. That fear kind of doesn't really go away for me no matter how old she gets. You know, in the beginning I thought, you know, as people tell you, oh, as they get older, now it don't, it just transfers into like, now you fear this. So those are, you know, that's kind of where I am at this stage. What's your favorite color? This question is from user QU3RB2FP3B. That's the name, right? Shout out to you. Thank you for your question. Actually, she has been a long time supporter as well, so shout out to you. Thank you for supporting us and joining Purple Gang. We really do appreciate your support. So what's my favorite color? I think I answered it before. I said purple, but I also like pink. I like pink. I really like pastel. Anything really like pastel, like, so that's why spring is like my favorite time. Kind of like those Easter bunny colors type. I love pastel. Anything pastel, I just love it. Lavenders, pinks, yellows. I just love that whole little scheme on the color wheel. She asks the next question: what's your favorite dish to make or have when you go out? Okay, so that's kind of like a two-part question. My favorite dish to make is, I love making tacos. I can make that in my sleep at this point. I just love making tacos. Yeah, I love making tacos, and when I go out to eat, I love to get crab legs. Crab legs. Now, a favorite place of mine to go is Red Lobster. Unfortunately, I heard they're filing for bankruptcy. I don't know if that means that they're gonna just automatically shut down over here too in Canada. I don't know what's going on with that, but I do have a gift certificate that I would love to use on my vacation to go get some crab legs. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they're still around and I can go get some crab legs. That is my favorite thing to order when I go out. I usually want to go somewhere that has snow crab legs. So shout out to you. Thank you for those questions. I appreciate your support. Next question, Blake Franz. What's your favorite pastime? Okay, so what's my favorite pastime? I just love ordering inventory. I love ordering inventory for my business. I like to shop. I like to shop around. I like to, you know, see the things that I like, that I think will fit my customers. That really makes, like, retail therapy is my thing. I used to like to read a good book. I really do love reading. However, over the years, as my eyes got like deteriorated, I kind of fell out of my love for reading, and I'm not really an audiobook type of person, even though I'm not against it. But there's something about reading a novel by myself, the words, like the way I visualize things. As I'm reading, I can visualize the characters, what they look like, stuff like that. I don't get that same type of connectivity with the book when it's an audiobook, especially if the person has like that kind of monotone voice, like they sound like the guy from The Mask, the doctor, just meh. I'm just gonna like, I can't do that. So I prefer to read a good hardback hardcover novel. Yeah, that's kind of like what I like to do. So shout out to you. Thank you for the question. Noonie Green asks, what's your favorite dessert? My favorite dessert, I do have a couple. I still love, since I was a little girl, I still love vanilla ice cream and apple pie. That is my top tier. That is my #1 favorite dessert. That's another reason why I love Red Lobster. They had that apple pie, like a bowl, and they have the huge piece of French vanilla ice cream on top. Oh my god, it's so good. I love a good dessert. Cake, right now I'm loving cake. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be having a piece of cake in a minute after my dinner. And I love a good pound cake, coffee cake. I'm loving the cinnamon coffee cake, which is what I'm going to have tonight. You guys will see it on my shorts. I love a good cake. Ever since I was little, I really do like cake. Especially like that pound cake, or like vanilla, and I love ice cream cake too. Oh my gosh, I love a good ice cream cake. And what's another cake that I like? That Fairly, is it Fairly? It's like a cold cake. It looks like it's ice cream on top, but it's like icing, but you keep it in the fridge. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I feel like I am. I'm not sure, but I'm sure you guys know that cake that comes in the freezer. It's like a sponge cake at the bottom, and at the top it has like, they come in different flavors: lemon, vanilla, chocolate, and like a marble. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't want to say the wrong name, but yeah, I love a good cake. So shout out to you. Thank you for the question. Next question, where would you like to visit or travel to? We kind of answered that. I would like to travel and visit to other places in Canada, like other provinces. I would love to go to Calgary. I would love to go to Vancouver. Those are like, I would love to go to Montreal. Those are some of the cities that I would love to go to. So here we have an entrepreneur question. What advice would you give for new entrepreneurs? Okay. Something that's really important is to, and I know it sounds very cliche because everybody says it, but it literally, you get caught up in that. So you can't judge your success based off, somebody else who may have been doing it longer, who may have more of a reach in terms of influencing, who may have a bigger following, who may have more capital, you can't compare yourself to that type of stuff. You shouldn't compare yourself at all. But in terms of business, you have to look at the big picture, right? You can't just see, oh, the person's making this amount, because there were times when they were making nothing. Every business starts off in the red most of the time, right? You've spent most of your money, your savings, launching your business, and now you got to recoup that. So don't get caught up so much in what other people are doing that happen to be, offering the same service as you. Maybe you feel like they're direct competition, or whatever the case may be. Just focus on you, your product, what you're doing. Be real and genuine with it, and people who naturally love what you're doing will gravitate towards you. You won't have to do too much. You won't have to resort to methods and stuff like that you're not gonna feel good about. So just always follow your path. Be true to your passion, believe in yourself, believe in your dream, and continue to push forward daily to make that dream a reality. That would be my advice. Just don't allow other situations to get in your head, other people to get in your head, especially people who are focused on the finance part of your business. Some people are obsessed with like, how much money did you make this year, how much did you this, how much did you that, and it's just like, you don't have to disclose that information if you don't want to, unless it's for tax purposes, of course. But you don't have to get into that. Like, people sometimes are too invested in the wrong things when it comes to others. So yeah, I wouldn't, that would be my advice, not to watch other people, worry about what you got going on, focus on you, put all that energy into you and your brand, and you will see the fruits of your labor will start to come back to you in due time. Okay, just 1 minute, I'm gonna adjust the fan. Okay guys, I am back. Okay, so next question again from user QU3RB2FP3B. So I'm gonna answer this question and then I'm gonna do the first giveaway. Okay, so the question is, why did you become an entrepreneur? I became an entrepreneur because I wanted to create something with my passion that I had. I wanted to create something that was mine, that I could nurture and grow. I wanted to work for myself. I just wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to just have control over, I wanted to create something and control it and watch it grow and nourish it and have something to be able to pass on to my daughter. That was like super important. That is a huge motivating factor as to why I became an entrepreneur, because starting a business and working on it until it becomes successful, that is one way to create generational wealth, and that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully that answers the question. So now I'm gonna jump into my first giveaway. So the first Father's Day giveaway for the guest passport holder, travel wallet, card holder is going to be Dan Joseph. Shout out to you, congratulations, thank you for all of your support, thank you for coming over to this platform and supporting me. You guys didn't have to leave over there and come here, but you did, and I appreciate that. So this is for your constant support. We thank you. Yeah, so happy belated Father's Day to you, and yeah, we'll be contacting you on Instagram. I have like your information, so shout out to you for sending me all that information, and we're gonna set that up so we can go ahead and get this off to you. So yeah, shout out to you. That's Dan Joseph. That's our first giveaway winner. So spam him up in the comments, congratulate him, do Purple Heart Gang, all of that good stuff. And yeah, so we're gonna move on to somebody's asking Netflix or Prime. Netflix or Prime Video. I would have to say I'm a traditionalist, so I love Netflix. Like, you can never go wrong, but it does become repetitive. Like, sometimes they don't upload their new shows as quickly, whereas Prime Video, they're always having like something new going on. But I find that like their shows are more for people who like off the beaten path, or like a certain type of genre. Whereas Netflix, you can find a bit of everything. So, but I like them both equally. My Netflix is cheaper, so that's another bonus. Okay, user QU3RB2FP3B asks, what's my birth sign? What's my birth sign? I am a Virgo. So it depends on who you ask, but most people will say Virgo. It's August 23rd to I think September 23rd. I was born on what you call a cusp, so it's like half Leo, half Virgo type vibe, if that makes sense. But all the traits indicate to Virgo. So yeah, but I do have a bit of that Leo in me, and I think that's what gives me that little extra resolve, because I feel like Virgo people are very kind-hearted and they could be taken advantage of. They're too empathetic, so that's when that Leo, I need a little bit of to kick in, and it's just like, yeah, no. So yeah, but technically I guess I would be considered a Virgo. Yes. Questions. So shout out to you. Thank you for all your questions. It's been amazing. Thank you for all your support. We do appreciate you. Okay. How to become an entrepreneur with limited capital. Okay, and this question is from Mum Said 7818. Shout out to you. Thank you for being a constant supporter. We appreciate you. Shout out to you and thank you for the question. How to become an entrepreneur with limited capital. Okay, so what you want to do in that case is, yes, you always want to, you know, keep it your passion focused. Like, you don't just want to just do anything for anything's sake. However, when you're dealing with limited capital, you want to either figure out a way to raise capital. You know, do you qualify for a small business loan through your bank, a line of credit, whatever the case may be. Sometimes those are viable options, sometimes they're not. So one of the things you do want to focus on is getting into something that's gonna be like inexpensive, like something that you can buy in bulk, that's not gonna cost like a ton of money. So you have to kind of find your niche. You got to kind of put out feelers, see the feedback that you get from your audience. If they say, hey, you know, we would love if you sold this, then you know, okay, well, we're gonna order some of these. Or so it's important to use your buyers and followers for feedback. They're like your eyes and ears on the market. What's hot, what's not, what's trending, you know, what are they into, that type of stuff. So yeah, I would definitely get into something that's gonna be low cost to build and maintain. Where would you, okay, so this is from, so shout out to you, Moon Saeed. Thank you for the question. Next question is by Foodie Life 6403. Shout out to you. Thank you for being a long-time supporter as well. Okay guys, so I had to stop recording. I started falling asleep. I literally started dozing off. I cut that part of the clip out. You're not gonna see it, of course, but I literally started to fall asleep. So I'm gonna have to do a part 3. We're gonna do the second giveaway in part 3, so stay tuned for that if you want to see who ends up winning the next item. So definitely tune in for that. But if you guys made it to the end of this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Purple gang, Noti gang, you guys know what to do down in the comments down below. Spam it up with those purple hearts, and yeah, we'll catch up with you guys in another video. Deuces.